Ghoulish greetings from the House of the Ninth. My name is Easter the Cavalier, and today I'm going to be your Dungeon Master, taking you through the Pathfinder 2E Necromancer Playtest. As the Necromancer, you are a prepared spellcaster who uses the occultism tradition, raising vast hordes of thralls and expending them to cast powerful spells. You have 8+ con health, so try not to end up in melee, but if you do, you are trained in unarmed and simple weapons. You are also trained in light armor and unarmored, so maybe throw on some bone armor while you're at it. As is befitting one attuned to life and death, Fortitude is your best saving throw starting off at Expert, while you are only trained in will and reflex saves. Necromancers raise thralls. Thralls are special undead creatures that have the summon trait but are not considered minions. As a result, they cannot take actions, but can be used in various abilities and as fuel for your grave cantrips, which are special necromantic spells you unlock using feats. Thralls are small or medium creatures chosen by the Necromancer at creation and act as blockers. They have 1 hit point, automatically failing all saving throws, and are automatically hit by all attacks. They gain the regular undead traits and have a level of -1 in case that comes up. Most importantly, your thralls contribute to flanking, so positioning them is key. Oh, and you get spell shape too. Your spells scale like a psychic, gaining 2 spell slots per day per spell level. Don't expect to be blasting regular occultism spells as you are a necromancer, not a witch. You rely mainly on your thralls. Like a psychic, you'll mostly be using your grave cantrips and focus spells. As expected of a spellcaster, you gain expert spellcasting at the 7th level, master at 15th, and legendary at the 19th. Your armor proficiency languishes at trained until level 13 when you finally achieve the expert rank. Your weapon skills are likewise unimpressive, and you remain trained until the 11th level when you become an expert. That's as far as your martial talents will ever reach. Your will and reflex saves quickly catch up to your fortitude saves, with you being expert in every save by level 5. At level 11, you gain mastery of fortitude saves, and at level 17, you are legendary in fortitude. You gain feats and skills at the normal rate of 1 class feat every other level starting at level 2, and 1 skill increase every other level starting at level 3. There are 3 general schools of necromancy. The first is osteomancy. Bone shapers give you the powers over skeletons, making your thralls tougher. Your thralls perform a flat DC 15 saving throw when targeted by a reflex save. If you succeed, one of your thralls takes no damage. If you critically succeed, none of your thralls take damage. Chiromancy. Flesh magicians specializing in zombies. Their thralls leave behind difficult terrain when destroyed. Vitamancy. Spirit mongers handle the domain of ghosts and haunts. Their thralls have the touch of the spirit realm on them, allowing you to deal spirit or void damage with them instead of physical damage if you so choose. Necromancers gain access to grave spells, which come in the form of focus spells or cantrips. Grave spells interact with thralls, often allowing you to consume them to fuel powerful bonuses to the spell's effects. Your first grave spells create thrall a level 1 one-action cantrip with a range of 30 feet and a duration of 1 minute. You conjure forth an expendable thrall in range to occupy a square. If you are an expert in spellcasting, you can create up to 2 thralls, and at Master you are able to create up to 3, and at Legendary you can create up to 4. When you cast the spell, one of your thralls created by it may make an unarmed strike using your spell attack modifier. The attack deals your choice of 1d6 piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing damage and counts towards your multiple attack penalty. Thralls have many uses once created. Necromancers who follow the path of osteomancy gain access to Bone Spear at level 1, allowing you to spend a focus point and destroy a thrall to send a spike of bone in a 15-foot line originating from the thrall's location. This spear allows you to make attack rolls against all in its path, dealing 1d8 piercing damage on a hit. It counts as 2 attacks towards your multiple attack penalty, but does not increase it until all attacks are made. Those who follow the school of Chiromancy will be able to use Dead Weight, consuming one of your thralls and a focus point. You fuse the thrall's body to a target creature within 15 feet, forcing it to make a fortitude save. On a failure, you immobilize the target. Those who follow the school of Vitamancy gain Life Tap, allowing them to expend a thrall and a focus point to apply the drained condition to a target creature. They must make a fortitude saving throw or become drained. You gain life equal to the amount lost by applying the drained condition, giving you a small bit of self-heal in the early game. Of course, all these focus spells can be fueled by your thralls, as once per 10 minutes you are able to consume a thrall to restore a focus point for a single action. For the Locked Tomb fans out there, this class has some wonderfully House of the Ninth coded feats. Naturally, you'll want to be an osteomancer and you'll pick up Reaper's Weapon Familiarity at level 2, granting you proficiency with great swords that scales with your simple weapon proficiency. Bony Barrage at level 4 makes a great addition to your repertoire, and Bone Burst at level 6 is a useful attack of opportunity styled reaction that sacrifices a thrall to pelt them with skeletal shards. 8th level gives you Scaling Bone Armaments, and 10th level sees a useful one-action ability called Desperate Surge that gives you the ability to trip, shove, grab, or reposition using a spell attack roll. Reinforced Skeleton at level 12 gives you damage resistance and a speed boost that will be handy to necromancers who wish to partake in glorious melee combat. Desperate Revival keeps you in the fight at level 16 with a reaction that allows you to siphon health in a burst from your location when you are reduced to 0 hit points. At the 18th level, you ascend to the ranks of the Lictors by binding a heroic spirit to you, making you far more capable in melee encounters, and finally, all those investments in melee pay off. For those necromancers who want more permanency out of their class, don't forget that the Create Undead ritual still exists, and the Reanimator archetype gives you access to it. This allows you to create permanent undead minions that you can leverage, just don't expect too much out of them, as minion rules are very prohibitive. Alternatively, you could create a horde of intelligent undead and hope you could convince them to aid you, or a horde of mindless undead. You can only give the mindless undead one command though, so this might not be the most effective path to power. Lastly, do be kind to your DM. Vast hordes of undead are a wonderful power trip, but as a dungeon master, I shudder at the spreadsheets required to manage them all. And that is the Pathfinder 2e Necromancer playtest. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. One flesh, one end.